Hey everybody, this is Brandon from Highly Flavored. If you don't know who I am, most famously, I'm on TikTok and I have over 239,000 subscribers in less than a year, where I teach people how to make their own DTF prints with this Epson 8550 printer. And today I got something special. I'm actually about to show y'all how to print with an Apple laptop. CadLink is the software that's needed to make this Epson 8550 printer a DTF printer, so you can make your own t-shirt transfers, but it can only be ran on Windows. So most times people that have a Mac at home, they have to go and buy a Windows laptop and spend more than what they have to. So now I actually have an option where I can show you how you can actually run CadLink on your Mac computer. So this will be a whole step-by-step tutorial walking you through how to do that. All right, cool. So first, you actually want to go to my website, shophighlyflavored.com. That's shophighlyflavored.com. All right there. Now, you want to go to where it says our collection and then hover over it and go to DTF software. This is actually going to take you to where you can actually purchase CadLink, but for Mac, we now have a partnership with Parallels, which will allow you to be able to run Windows on your Mac. So Parallels is a one-time buy of $129.99, which is a lot cheaper than having to go out and buy a new Windows laptop. You could just buy Parallels as a one-time buy, and you'll be able to open up a separate screen on your computer and use CadLink. And the beauty about this is you can switch from Mac to Windows so easily, and you don't have to change the screen that you love, right? So as you can see here, side by side without rebooting, and it's a one-time purchase. All right, so once you purchase it, it's going to send you an email with your product key, and that's basically your activation code. And it's also going to send you a link with where to go download Parallels to get started. All right, so once you do this, you actually go to the download link that it sends you. Like I said, this download link will be emailed to you, so you don't have to worry about trying to find it. You'll just click the link that's in your email. Then you'll hit allow. And basically what I'm doing now is going to walk you through the entire setup, so that way you can kind of see what it looks like and you'll know how to navigate through this, new software and be able to run CadLink on it. Now, I do want to say that the CadLink free 15-day trial cannot be done on Parallels. It can only operate the full version of CadLink. So if you wanted to try out CadLink before you bought the full $394.99 version, then you won't be able to do that because, like I said, the trial is not supported for Apple or Parallels. So Parallels will only help you run the full version once you buy the full $394.99 version. And like I said, I have both the trial and the full version on my website. I also have a setup video call option available as well. So, if you don't want to go through this alone and use this video or any self-help that I provide, then you can have a video call with just me and I can help you through the entire process. But once you click that, it's actually going to pull up a separate screen, and here it go. So now your downloads right here, just go click it and install. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's getting started. And we're basically going to just go through the whole startup. And like I said, this will be a step-by-step tutorial, so you can kind of pause it as needed. You can also, speed forward as needed. I don't want you to miss anything, so try not to skip too far ahead. I just want to make sure that I serve as a resource and give you a full step-by-step guide, because I know it's, going to be a little difficult to switch from Windows to Mac. So I wanted to kind of show you everything that you'll need. In this video, we'll also go through how to set up your CadLink and all that good stuff. So this will be, like I said, a very in-depth step-by-step process. All right, so once this comes up, we'll just double click and then we're gonna hit open. We're gonna hit OK. It's just asking you to access your folders. We're gonna hit accept, enable, and we're gonna allow that to download. And like I said, if you need to pause because maybe your download is going slower or whatever the case may be, you have that option available to you. All right, so once you do that, it's going to ask you to use either your Touch ID or enter your password. So after you enter your password or do the touch screen, it's going to take you here. We're just going to go ahead and hit next, hit OK, hit OK, hit OK again, hit finish. Then it's going to ask you to install Windows. Go ahead and hit install. It takes up about 5 gigs, so I'm actually going to pause the video and come back once mine's finished downloading. Like I said, you can go ahead and install yours, pause the video, and then, come back when this finished. All right, we're getting to the final moments. And once it's finished validating, we can proceed from here. Like I said, this is step by step. So, if you moved a little faster than me, then you can kind of skip along. I just wanted to make something that was step by step, that, was easy for people to follow along. All right, cool. So now it's starting Windows 11. Now we'll hit OK. We'll hit OK again. Setup is starting. And it's going to give you an option for the product key a little later. So for the people that, purchased $129.99 one-time buy, you'll see that option come up in just a few. But it's going to do a little bit more installations real quick. And I love Parallels because, for one, like I said, it's just going to be a side window. Like, it's not going to change your whole computer to Windows. It just has one screen that operates as Windows, which is really cool because I know people love their Mac, and I know you wasn't trying to convert your whole laptop to a Windows. So I think that's really cool that it allows you to just have a side window open that allows you to use Parallels. But it's just installing some more. So we're going to let that do its thing. And I'm going to pause the video again, and we'll come back once everything finishes. All right, so now it's going to say window needs to restart, and it's basically just restarting itself real quick. And like I said, it didn't restart your whole computer, it just restarted this window. So like I said, you'll run Windows in just this one screen, and this is where you will go download CadLink, all that good stuff. And now it's getting ready. Like I said, the activation code will be coming shortly. So, like I said, you'll be able to enter in that product key that you get in your email. But this is kind of how it looks on the side. You got parallels and you got windows right there, but you still can minimize all that and then get back to your Apple. So that's pretty cool. Still doing some installing and downloading. I promise you the fun part's coming later. You know, you're gonna be so happy that you can be able to print on this Epson 8550 printer, or any printer really that you gotta, you know, use CadLink for. You'll be able to do that on a Mac. So I really think that's dope. All right, checking for updates, making sure you have the latest and the greatest. But y'all make sure to leave a comment and a like. Those really, you know, help me. Like I said, follow me on TikTok. I'll make sure that I link everything from the parallel software to CadLink to my TikTok social. It's been a really fun ride. You know, I've been able to help a lot of people in a short amount of time. So if you want to make your own t-shirt transfers and you have a Mac, I know that you're excited because, you know, now you don't have to go spend hundreds on a new laptop, learn a whole new laptop, and, you know, all that. You can just minimize one screen and you can get back to your Mac, and you can do it for a low cost of, you know, $130. So that's amazing. All right, saying hi, getting things ready for you. This might take a few moments. What's a few more? Don't turn off your computer, people. We would hate to have to start this whole process over. Make sure you got your charger in. And I'm just gonna pause this while this does its thing. This could probably take a few moments. All right, perfect. It is done. All right, so now installation complete. So now we hit OK. We'll click to continue. It's going to ask you to sign into Parallels. So if you are a new user and you have never created a Parallels account, then you'll basically just fill out your email, your name, and create a password. If you already have a Parallels account, which you probably shouldn't because you wouldn't be, doing this with me, then you can just click I have a password and do that. But just fill this out and then hit create account. All right, so after you create an account, it's going to say some important information. Just hit continue, hit I accept. It's going to sign you in. And from there, you'll just accept the operating terms down there. Probably gonna make you scroll all the way down first. There you go. Then hit accept. All right, cool. Then Windows 11 has successfully installed on your printer. You can actually close this screen right here. You don't need that anymore. And perfect, we are here. We now have Windows on our Mac. All right, so for the people that have a product key and you're actually looking to enter in your activation code, all you'll have to do is click buy. This screen that comes up, just close this. You do not need that. And then right here where it says activate Parallels Desktop, that product key that was sent to you, go ahead and enter it in. And this will be basically, where you'll enter in your activation code. And like I said, it's a one-time purchase, so you never have to worry about entering in again or buying anything from Parallels again. So just go to your email and enter in that activation code. All right, so once you activate your code first, I want you to go here over to the right side. So it may look like this. Just hit the drop arrow. I want you to go to the little network icon and then go to configure. Once it pops up, I want you to change this to default adapter, and you basically just close it out. What that does, it basically allows Parallels to pick up on your Wi-Fi, and it allows for it to see your printer if you're printing on Wi-Fi. Now, if you use Wi-Fi, that's okay for, the Epson 8550 printer. However, I would prefer that you actually get a USB cable and get hardwired to the back of your printer. So you'll probably need like one of these to be able to go from your Apple computer to actually hook up to a regular, USB port. So this USB basically, will connect to the back of the printer, and that's how you get the fastest, speeds for printing and all that good stuff. So where we would like to connect that USB, we're going to do Windows. But like I said, you don't have to. You can do Wi-Fi now that we did the default adapter. But I just want you to know that part. All right, so now while we're on the Windows screen, then we can go ahead and pull up Microsoft Edge, which is on the left side, and we're going to basically search for CadLink.com. So we're just going to start without data, confirm and continue without data, confirm and start browsing. Skip all this. Finish. All right, perfect. All right. We're Apple people. We're not trying to stay on Windows forever. So we're basically going to go up to the very top and type in CadLink.com. And once you get to CadLink.com, you're going to go to products, go over here to Digital Factory. we're gonna click on the free trial. If you purchase the full CadLink, you'll still follow this process. There will be an option to enter your activation code, just like it was for the parallels, but we'll just follow the same process. So after you click on free trial, you'll click on the first one, and then it's going to do a download. Once this finishes, we're gonna pull it up. But like I said, this is how you'll be able to use CadLink, is by using parallels on your Mac. So it's basically just a separate window that allows you to run parallels and allows you to run Windows. So once you open it, you'll click on the first one. Do not click on any of these two because these are not included in the $394.99 version. So click on the first one, hit next. And then we're going to let this install. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. All right, so once it downloads, you go to start where it says ready to begin. And you're gonna click on English. We're gonna hit next. Hit I accept, next. Keep it on whatever option is already on. Keep it on the top option, next. Keep it there, next. Keep it there, next. All right, and we're gonna allow that to do its thing. And if yours download faster than mine, then you just skip ahead. If it downloads a little slower than mine, then just pause the video. Almost at the fun stuff, people, almost. Once we get CadLink set up, then we'll be able to print from our printer. And while that's doing that, you can go ahead and load up your paper and stuff. Now, if you want to know how to convert this printer, if you're using the Epson 8550, I do have another video on my page that teaches you how to convert it. So you can watch the beginning of that video on my YouTube, and I'll show you how to convert it. And then when I go to the settings on the computer, then that's when this kind of comes into play. So watch the beginning of the how to convert the Epson 8550 video. And then when I get to this part and start downloading CadLink and all that, that's kind of where the parallels and this video comes into play, you know, solely for my Mac people. All right. And this is a 13 by 19 piece of paper. Highly Flavored does have our own supplies as well. So if you want the same type of quality that I get, that you see over there, or the colors pop and things of that nature, then make sure that you check out Highly Flavored DTF products on that website that I showed you in the very beginning. All right. But the print side always faces you. All right, and we're gonna go back over here. And this is steady installing, so just let that do its thing. All right, so when that's done, you'll hit finish. Cool. Now at the bottom of the Windows screen, you'll see a search. You're just going to type in Digital Factory. It's going to come up right here, and you're gonna hit open. It's gonna take a little while, but it's gonna pull up another screen in just a second. All right, there you go. All right, we're gonna hit OK. Keep everything the same. All right, so remember what I said, the trial, the 15-day trial does not work for Parallels and for Mac. So you have to have an activation code. Go back to the shophighlyflavored.com and you can either get the regular $394.99 version if it's still on sale, and you can get that one, or you can do the video call setup if you needed additional help. But this is where you'll type in the activation code that was sent to you via email. Also, you'll enter your email address, your phone number, first and last name, address, all that good stuff. Just fill this out and then go to the very bottom and hit register my product after you fill all this out. And I'll be right back as I fill out mine. All right, so after you update and register your product, enter in your activation code, you're gonna go back down here to search, and then we're going to go back to Digital Factory. And we're almost at the end. This is where we're gonna basically update the settings and get everything ready for us to be able to print from our DTF printer. So if you're excited, go ahead and put something in the comments so I know you at least made it this far. But once you pull up CadLink, these pop-ups gonna come up. This compass, you could just close that out. First, you have to hit continue. Compass, close that out. This right here, we're gonna go to next. Then we're gonna go to next again. We're gonna go to install printer. I'm gonna type in 8550, and we're looking for the one that ends in V2, version 2, V2. All right, hit OK. Hit next. This one installs pretty fast. Next. All right, so if you're printing on Wi-Fi, then you'll use TCP IP network. If you're printing on a cable, then you're gonna see something that says Epson net when you actually pull it up. But we're gonna do TCP since we're gonna use Wi-Fi just to show, because most people use Wi-Fi. So you see your printer came up, hit OK. Connection validated. We're gonna hit next, finished, and then CadLink is gonna pull up. All right, when this comes up, we're gonna hit allow. All right, there's a few more things we gotta do before we're ready to print. So we're gonna go to queue, manage queues. Then we're going to hit install, okay, and yes. This may or may not change to remove. Either way, it's okay, don't worry about it. Then I want you to go right here where it says port TCP network. Click on it again. Let's just make sure our printer is selected again. Hit OK, connection validated, we're good. So we go ahead and hit close. All right, now we can go to queue, set ink order. And basically however you put your inks in your printer, this is how you would do it. So I'm running 2 whites and then my black is at the end. All right, we're gonna hit OK. Then we're gonna go to queue and properties. And we're gonna go to media setup. Whatever size paper you're using, this is where you'll insert here. I'm using 13 by 19, the biggest size, so that's what I'm gonna go click on. Go to Layout Manager. You want to make sure that this one, Mirror Job on Import, is checked. We're now going to go to Color Layer. Go to Processing Options. Right here where it say Underbase Strength, White Under Black, we're going to go to number 2780%. This is how much white ink is put basically on the back of your image. So you always want it to be 80% or higher. Right here where it say Choke Prime, you want that to be 4. And then we're going to go to Printer Options, change normal to fast, and this to bidirectional. Then we're going to hit OK. All right, and from here, we're ready to print. Now, the Windows has its own driver, so you'll probably have to save a photo to your Windows driver. So you can probably just search on the internet on the Windows screen, go to Canva, Etsy, places like that, Google, whatever. Find your pictures, download it to the Windows driver, so that way you can pull it up in Canva. But once you find and select the image, we'll go from there. All right, so once you find the image, it's actually going to load just like this. And that clock is eventually going to turn into your image. Just give it a little second. And over here to the right, to kind of teach you CadLink in a little detail, right here where it says 12.15 by 17, this is the width of my image and this is the length. If I wanted to change these, I can type, but I already have it preset to what I want it to look like on a t-shirt. If you don't want one to move when you're, typing in one, then just unlock it so they both don't move at the same time. Now, in addition to this, you always want to make sure your image is at the top of the page. Also, if you look at my image, there's no additional white space in this blue box. Everything is pretty much hugging my image as best as it can without cutting anything off. So if you see that you have a lot of extra white space, then you want to go right here to crop and basically drag it to get as close as possible to the image. In addition to that, you also want to make sure you upload a transparent image. You want to make sure that the background is already removed, because the printer will print the background if you did not remove that before. So you can go to places like remove.bg website, and that's pretty much a good website that I go to remove backgrounds. So that's free game there. But once you move your image to the top, like I said, you always want to do this third page at the top, center at top of page. You're basically just going to hit print, and that's the printer with the rainbow coming out of it. And when it goes from active and it fills that complete bar, it's going to change to printing, and then that's when I'm gonna show you the printer. So as soon as this says printing, I'm gonna show you that my printer is gonna say printing as well. So here it comes. All right, so once it says printing on here, and that's where the action's about to start. So you can lift your printer up, and we're actually going to see what happens. Now, this may say paper jam, and I'll show you what to do in the event that it does. Sometimes the printer scanner can't read the paper, depending on how the printer was manufactured, and you'll have to use painter's tape or masking tape or some type of tape with a little bit of color to be able to show the printer what to do. So you see it says printer jam, so, well, paper jam I meant. So we're gonna pull our paper out from the top. We're gonna lay down our back side facing us. Back side of the paper should be facing you. You're gonna grab some type of tape. It could be blue painter's tape. It could be masking tape. As long as it's just not the clear tape. It got to be some tape with some type of color to it. I would suggest to get a smaller one and then also a thicker one so you can see which one your printer scanner responds the best to. We're actually going to try the thin one, but to show you how to put your tape on, because you want to make sure it doesn't have any wrinkles or anything like that. So it's best to lay your paper down on a flat table, not on top of the printer or anything like that, but on a table. And you want to lay some tape down on the table first, and then you're going to kind of basically just glide your hand across it. Just glide your hand across it and then rip off the ends. And then you'll use your scissors to go ahead and cut off the ends, right? And then this will be the side that we're going to be inserting inside the printer. And you want to try to do your best to make sure that there's no like extra pieces of tape hanging off. So I'm gonna get that in a second. If you cut the paper some, that's fine, because you ain't gonna be printing on the very edge of the paper anyway. So there you go. But that's basically what it should look like. Should be straight all the way across. Should be no wrinkles. All right, we're gonna go back here. And we're going to insert this inside our printer. The part that we taped should be facing the back of the printer, because remember, we should have put the tape on the back side of the paper. The part that we taped should be the back side of the paper and should go towards the back of the paper. So we'll hit next, and then we'll hit done, and it's basically just gonna try to print it again. And we'll see this time that the paper will actually go through, and it's gonna take, and it's gonna start printing. The trick is to make sure that your paper doesn't have any wrinkles, air bubbles. You want your paper to be just as flat as it was before. Also, you want to go get you a cardboard that would basically go over this little hump right here. Basically just find you a box and kind of measure it up for the opening and just kind of fit it inside till you feel that roller back there. As long as it goes over the hump or meets right at the hump, then you're fine. But you see that it started to print. This time it did not say paper jam. We're basically gonna watch this print. And this is basically how you would, convert your Epson 8550 and use parallels with a Mac computer. So I hope this tutorial helped, but like I said, this is for anybody that's been wanting to do your own DTF prints, but you had a Mac and you didn't want to go out and get a Windows or learn a new operating system. This was a fairly easy tutorial, and I appreciate y'all for rocking with me this entire way. Go grab the ebook that's in the description of this YouTube video, and you'll be able to see the next steps when it comes to the powdering and all that good stuff. But everything is looking perfect. As you can see, it does the color first, and then it layers it down with a white. That white is basically what you'll put your powder on, and once you put your powder on it, you'll set it under your heat press for 385 degrees and 90 seconds. You'll basically allow that powder to cook into a transfer, and once it turns to a shiny texture, then that's when you'll know it's ready to be placed on the shirt. To place it on shirts is 300 degrees at 10 to 15 seconds. You can go between 300 to 330. But you can see it's starting to come out, and we have a perfect print. You can see it's not on the image, but you can see a little smudge right here. You see how my paper is lifting off the cardboard? That's basically when I put my tape on. So that's why it's very important to like make sure that your paper stays straight the whole way through. You can kind of see how right up in there is lifting off the cardboard, but it didn't hit the image, so we're good. But that's just something to kind of note. When you're putting your tape on there, make sure you kind of stick it to the table for a while to make sure it's straight before you cut it off, and kind of go over it a few times just to make sure that everything is good. But we're almost towards the end. It's printing out the brain of the image right now. So remember, this was the image that we chose, and I'll show you kind of what final looks like in just a second. And then, like I said, I'll end the video so that way you can go on to the next part of the ebooks and look at how to powder it and all that good stuff. But go in the comments of this YouTube and let me know, how this worked for you, and let me know, was it easy to follow? So once this is, like I said, this is the side where you'll put your powder on. So this is not the side that, you'll see on the t-shirt. This is the side that sticks to the t-shirt. And it honestly doesn't take that long to print. It usually only takes about 5 to 8 minutes, and this is a full-size t-shirt print. So if you're coming from vinyl, this is definitely going to save you time. And then, sublimation, you'll at least be able to now print on cotton and black color garments. So this is going to open up all new doors for your business and be able to give your customers a little bit more options. All right, so it finished, and let's pick it up. Make sure that you do not touch the ink. It is wet. And there you go. Cut strings, chase strings. That is the image that we printed out. So from here, this is where I would take it to my powder station. Like I said, this little black mark over there on the side, I'll just cut that off. Make sure I don't press that on the shirt. But this is what you'll do to ensure that you make your own t-shirt prints at the home. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace.